How's it everyone? Today I'm here with my WWE WrestleMania 33 live review. Of course, the show took place this past Sunday. Again, I know this review is late. If you guys watch my NXT TakeOver Orlando live review, I stayed in the video due to how crazy my WrestleMania weekend plans were. I didn't have any time at all to pretty much schedule or do a live review of the show, so that's why they are a few days late. And I'm doing them, since I've been back at home. So yeah, this video is gonna be my WrestleMania 33 live review, pretty much giving you my thoughts and opinions on pretty much my live perspective of WrestleMania 33. And without further ado, just jump right into it. Now, any stories about getting there or getting to my seats, anything like that, will be in my WrestleMania week video. So I won't be mentioning anything in here. Just pretty much be talking about my opinions and thoughts on the show itself. So if you're expecting any kind of stories, that's me, my WrestleMania week experience video. So stay tuned to that for that whenever that gets posted. But overall thoughts of WrestleMania 33, I gotta say, overall, I thought it was a great WrestleMania. I thought you had a lot of great WrestleMania moments. You had a handful of great matches. The first portion of probably the first half of the show was just very, very good. Great start. And then, the show kind of declined after the Seth Rollins Triple H match, if you ask me. That's when the show kind of went downhill and didn't really recover after that match. So, great WrestleMania overall. I'd have to go back and watch it because I know a lot of people are saying it's the top 5 WrestleManias of all time. Even though I had a great time there, I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but definitely was a great show, regardless of my opinion. So, really enjoyed it. Had an absolutely amazing time at WrestleMania. They didn't call it the Ultimate Thrill Ride for nothing. It really was the Ultimate Thrill Ride being there at WrestleMania. So definitely had a blast. Really enjoyed WrestleMania. Great show. Of course, we had the kickoff show, which opened up with opened up with the Cruiserweight Championship match, Neville versus Austin Aries. Great way to start the show. I was actually going to my seat as this match was just starting, so it was a nice way to transition into my seat. I thought both men worked hard and worked great. Austin Aries looked very good in his WrestleMania debut. Neville just showing his great aggressiveness, and Aries, had the match a handful of times in his bag. Had the last chancery in, and like he was gonna win. And then of course, Neville raked the eyes, and then of course Neville had to resort to the Red Arrow to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. So I thought Neville and Aries had an awesome opening match. Really enjoyed that from both men. And kudos and looking forward to the rematch, probably at Payback. So it was definitely a great way to open up WrestleMania. From there on, we had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which was fun. I enjoyed it. I thought, even though there's a lot of people there I didn't like or didn't care for, I still thought it was a fun Battle Royal. Very surprised to see Braun Strowman get thrown out so early on in the match. Wasn't expecting that at all. So that was definitely a huge shock. Not a fan of the Final Four whatsoever. You had Sami Zayn, Killian Dane, Mojo Rawley, and Jinder Mahal. Thought for sure when it came to those four that Sami Zayn was going to win. And then Sami Zayn gets tossed out. So you're down with the bottom three of Jinder Mahal, Mojo Rawley, and Killian Dane. I like Killian Dane, but that final three, absolutely terrible. And then Killian Dane gets thrown out, so it's Jinder Mahal, Mojo Rawley. Mojo is being beat up by Jinder on the outside. Rob Kronkowski, or the Kronk, whatever his name is, gets involved. And the best part is when he goes to do the run-in, the security thinks it's a shoot, so she comes running in to try and tell him no, and then you have officials coming out telling her like, hey, he's supposed to jump over and interfere in this match. So I thought the spot was absolutely amazing due to the fact that the security guard thought it was a shoot. So Rob Kronkowski or whatever his name is gets in the ring, tackles or shoulder blocks Jinder Mahal. Mojo Rawley eliminates Jinder Mahal. Mojo Rawley is the winner of the Battle Royal. Moving on, because I'm not going to continue. I can rant about that for hours. Terrible decision, or terrible choice to win it. Should have been Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman, Luke Harper. One of those three would have been absolutely fine. Why Mojo Rawley? Beyond me. Fuck Mojo Rawley, that's all I'm going to say. And then the final match on the kickoff, which was supposed to be the six-pack challenge for the SmackDown Women's Championship, but of course everyone online bitched and complained about it. Therefore, that was moved to the actual show, and then this match was bumped to the kickoff instead, being the Intercontinental Championship match between Dean Ambrose and Baron Corbin. I felt bad for these guys being bumped to the kickoff show, even though their feud hasn't really been, a pinpoint on SmackDown leading to WrestleMania. I feel like the Intercontinental title should always be on the main card of a pay-per-view, if you ask me, especially WrestleMania. So to see it bumped to the kickoff is very disappointing over the SmackDown Women's title matches. No offense to them, but both matches honestly wouldn't have mattered, looking back at them. But still, I think the SmackDown Women's title should have been a kickoff over the Intercontinental title. But the match itself is decent. I think both men just kind of didn't care. That's the kind of impression I got. I feel like since they knew they're on the kickoff show, they didn't really care about it. So it was a decent match. Their match on SmackDown Live, the Street Fight, was a lot better than this one. So if you're gonna watch one of the matches, definitely watch that one. Ambrose wins with the Dirty Deeds. Don't know why Ambrose won. They're probably a rematch at Backlash, but wasn't a fan of Ambrose retaining. Definitely thought Baron Corbin should have won. But the match was lackluster anyway. Like I said, very decent match. Seemed like both men didn't really care, so what can you do? So yeah, that was that. And then we're going to the main show, which opened up with the New Day opening the show. Of course, cutting a promo, pretty much welcoming everyone to WrestleMania, and that they're in for the ultimate thrill ride. That is WrestleMania. So short and sweet, right to the point. So that was good that they didn't overstay the welcome with the promo. Pyro hits. We go to the opening match, which was AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. Was not expecting this to open the show, but man, was it an opener. This was a great match. I know a lot of people were down on it, considering it's Shane McMahon facing AJ Styles. People say AJ Styles are better. But honestly, this was a great match. And honestly, you can argue that it was match of the night. I thought it was an awesome match between both men. I thought Shane looked absolutely amazing here. I know he's in the ring with AJ Styles, so it's hard to not look good. But I thought Shane looked very athletic. He looked very in shape. He looked like he can go. He looked a lot better than he did compared to last year. I can tell you that. He was busting out some technical moves. He was busting out some arm drags. He even busted out the shooting star press. So Shane looked like $1,000,000 this match. AJ Styles. He looked absolutely phenomenal as always. AJ tended to coast to coast. When AJ went for it, Shane threw the trash can at AJ. Set up AJ for the coast to coast. Hit it. And some nice near falls. Both men, like I said, looked great. AJ ended up winning with the front on the forearm and paying Shane McMahon to win. So definitely a great match. Really enjoyed that. And definitely it was a great way to start off WrestleMania, the main show. So yeah, AJ and Shane tore the house down, in my opinion. From there on, we go to the United States Championship match. Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho. This was another great match here. I thought both men were great together. A lot of nice counters. Definitely better than their live from MSG match from 2015. If anyone remembers that match, the Intercontinental Championship. This is way better than that one. I love the little things that they were doing, yelling at each other. And of course, when Kevin Owens went for the pop-up powerbomb and Jericho countered it into the code breaker, and Owens put his finger on the rope. This tip of his finger, which was a signification of the creation of Kevin. You know how they had like the fingers touching, and Kevin Owens using the little finger to stop the count. I thought a little thing like that played a huge part in this match, so I really enjoyed that part of it. And then eventually, Kevin Owens, they would go on the outside. Kevin Owens would powerbomb Chris Jericho onto the apron, roll back to the ring for the 1, 2, 3. Finish kind of came out of nowhere, if you ask me. I really thought Owens would have threw him in the ring and gave him another pop-up powerbomb to win, but I think that really goes to show you how devastating that powerbomb on the apron is. That the fact that it put Jericho away for the 3 count pretty much proves how devastating that is. So great match there. Like I said, I thought they both men worked tremendously well together. I thought they did some nice counters and nice callbacks as well. So really enjoyed Owens and Jericho. Glad Owens is the new United States champion. Hopefully he can elevate the championship and be the main guy on Raw right now, considering Lesnar's not going to be on Raw weekly. So I'm hoping Owens pretty much maintains his top spot on Raw. So great match. Really enjoyed that. And then from there on, we go to the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match for the Raw Women's Championship. Bayley versus Charlotte Flair versus Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. This match is good. Not really much anything to it. Nia Jax gets eliminated pretty early on. It seemed like when everyone just piled on top of her and pinned her. I forgot what she took. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't really paying much attention to this match because I really didn't care. But I do know Nia Jax got eliminated first. And then Sasha Banks got eliminated by natural selection, if I'm correct. And then, Bayley and Charlotte had a nice showdown. Charlotte hit a corkscrew moonsault on the outside, pretty much recreating her spot from last year at the moonsault, but she actually did a corkscrew instead of a regular moonsault, so that was nice. And Bayley gets the win with an elbow from the top rope. That was the finish of the match. An elbow from the top rope by Bayley, not pinned Charlotte. So don't know why that was a finish, but that was that. Like I said, match was good. Nothing really to complain about. And it was what it was. So Bayley wins, retains Raw Women's Championship. Match was fine. From there, I'm going to go to which was originally supposed to be a triple threat match for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Triple threat ladder match, for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson versus Cesaro and Sheamus versus Enzo, Amore, and Big Cass. But the New Day comes out for the match, announces that there will be a 4th team. And I'm thinking, okay, they're in gear. It's going to be them. Or maybe it's a swerve. And they're in gear and they're going, who's going to be the 4th team? Who? And all of a sudden, the fucking Hardy Boys theme hits, and I fucking lose my shit. I couldn't believe the Hardy Boys were coming out. They came out. Matt did that's wonderful, which was absolutely awesome. They weren't the Broken Hardys, but I think one day they will be eventually after all the lawsuits and everything. with TNA and the Hardys are done. I think they'll be the Broken Hardys eventually in WWE. Just give it time. But to hear that loaded music and hear the Hardy Boys come out to that and do their thing was just absolutely amazing and definitely the highlight of WrestleMania, if you ask me. Biggest moment of their careers by far as well, if you ask me. In terms of tag team, maybe, in general, but as a tag team, WrestleMania 33, in my opinion, was definitely by far the Hardys' biggest moment in their careers. As far as the ladder match is concerned, great match here. Really enjoyed it. I thought the ladders were utilized perfectly. I thought each man did a pretty damn good job. The Hardys, did their stuff. They weren't in the match that much, considering they had a ladder match before against the Young Bucks at Supercard of Honor. So they didn't do that much, but what they did do was very, very noticeable and very eventful, especially with the Swanton that Jeff did off the top of the ladder on the outside through the other ladder, going through the ladder between Cesaro and Sheamus, even though Sheamus didn't go through the ladder because Jeff didn't put all his weight on the other end of the ladder. But Cesaro went through, crazy spot there, and while he's doing that, Matt Hardy climbs the ladder, retrieves the Raw Tag Team titles, and Matt and Jeff Hardy are your brand new Raw Tag Team champions. So Hardy Boys are back, and then the Raw Tag Team champions. Couldn't ask for a better return. Very, very excited for them. I thought they had a pretty good match as well on Raw the next night against Anderson and Gallows for the Tag Team titles. They're probably going to face Cesaro and Sheamus since it's the number one contenders at Payback, so that should be an awesome match. So Hardys are back. Definitely a big bonus for WWE, especially Raw as well. I thought Raw really could need the Hardy Boys. And I'm ready for the run here. It's going to be one hell of a run, and I'm very excited to see how the Hardys do going forward. So awesome moment for the Hardys. Amazing return, and awesome match as well. I thought everyone, like I said, worked well. Big Cass looked pretty impressive. Enzo was kind of just there. Cesaro and Sheamus was just running trains, and it was chaos, and I enjoyed every second of it. So awesome ladder match. Phenomenal moment with the Hardys coming back as well. From there on, we go to the mixed tag team match between John Cena and Nikki Bella taking on The Miz and Maryse with special guest ring announcer Al Roker. Pretty disappointing match, to be perfectly honest. I was honestly really expecting this to be a really good match, and it wasn't. It was pretty much just Miz getting heat, him and Cena throwing some jabs. Maryse and Nikki went at it for a little bit, and then Cena and Nikki hit double finishers on Miz and Maryse in like 8 minutes, and that was the match. So pretty disappointing. I really thought this would be a really good match, but they just didn't get any time, which was a big factor in it. And, Miz was just trying to get heat majority of the match as well. So just disappointing. Nothing more you can say about it. Like I said, Miz and Nikki hit their double finishers, AA, and of course the Rack Attack 2.0 on Miz and Maryse, and that was the match. And then, of course, you had the big moment afterwards with John Cena proposing to Nikki Bella. The thing everyone saw coming a mile away. However, the moment was still awesome. I don't care what anyone says. There are people booing, and I was telling them to shut the fuck up because, this guy's proposing to the love of his life. You can't sit here and boo a proposal. What kind of fucking piece of shit are you to boo a proposal? Come on now. So to see John Cena, and, that was my first time seeing a proposal, too. So to see John Cena propose to Nikki Bella was an awesome moment. And you can tell he meant every word coming out. And regardless if we knew if it was happening, regardless if Nikki saw it coming, it was an awesome moment. And I'm very happy that the two of them are showing their love for another and, making it official by becoming a married couple. So very happy for Cena and Nikki. And amazing moment with the proposal. So that was awesome, if you ask me. Really liked that. But from there on, we go to the unsanctioned match between Triple H and Seth Rollins. To be perfectly honest, this match was very good. I heard a lot of people saying this match tonight. It was amazing. And don't get me wrong, this is a match I was looking forward to the absolute most on WrestleMania. But honestly, I can't say I was fully satisfied with this match. Don't get me wrong, it was great. The psychology was fantastic. I thought Rollins selling the knee was great. But it just wasn't satisfying live. Now, if I watch it on TV or the Blu-ray or the network version, I'm sure I'll like it a lot more. But being there live, I really want these two to go out there and kill each other, and they were just being, storytelling. And like I said, nothing's wrong with that. I love storytelling wrestling, especially when there's psychology involved, selling the knee. I love it all. Don't get me wrong, but from a live perspective, you're watching it and you really want to see these guys kill each other, and you're not getting it. It's kind of disappointing. So from a live perspective, Triple H and Rollins disappointed me personally, even though I still really did enjoy it, especially the second half of it where they really started picking up the match, one on the outside. That table bump when Rollins went for pedigree and Triple H countered into a DDT. That was great. They brought on the outside a little bit. Triple H working the knee of Rollins. It was a great match, but I expected more and I wanted more. But Under the conditions of Seth Rollins, with his knee and everything, I understand why it was what it was. Like I said, psychology-wise, it was great. Amazing stuff from both of them. But again, from my perspective, for selfish reasons, I really wanted to see more from it. And really wasn't investing me either. I was kind of sitting there like, not really paying attention because the match was kind of just slow. And, they're taking their time with the slow burn, the flame, which is nothing wrong with that. But like I said, being there live, you want something to keep your attention. And, the crowd was keeping me. The drunk Kurt Angle guy behind us was the best part of the match, honestly. He was absolutely hilarious, saying just the dumbest shit, saying that Kurt Angle was going to come out and cost Triple H the match with Seth Rollins, or Seth Rollins sets a table up and he's like, yeah, he said Triple H's win up. Whatever. The drunk Kurt Angle guy behind me was the highlight of this match, honestly. He was absolutely, and he was heartbroken when Triple H lost, by the way. He really wanted Triple H to win, and he stayed quiet almost the rest of the night after Triple H lost. So that was that. But like I said, the match picked up. Good stuff. Table came out. Stephanie stayed on the apron. Seth Rollins super kicked Triple H into Stephanie. Stephanie went through the table, which was awesome, by the way. Wasn't expecting Stephanie to take a bump like that. So to see her go through the table was pretty fucking awesome. Seth Rollins pedigrees Triple H, pins him 1, 2, 3. So Seth Rollins, the Kingslayer, has Jaime Lannister has slayed the King. Like I said, great match. Just expected more from my perspective. I wanted to be more into the match and more entertained. So there's that. And forgot to mention this. I'm not sure if it was before this match or after it, but there was the Pitbull concert with Flow Rider or whatever. Pretty much the piss break intermission. So that happened, and it was entertaining because the Kurt Angle drunk fan was dancing in the aisleway. So that was absolutely hilarious watching him do that. So yeah, that happened. And then after that, we go to the WWE Championship match. Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. This match was what it was. Basically, you just had Orton and Wyatt try to hit their finisher on each other for 10 minutes. Wyatt hit the Sister Abigail on the outside. Orton hit an RKO on the outside. Love the mind games with Bray Wyatt when Orton was in the ring and like they would do the maggots and worms or whatever was on the apron. I thought the mind games Bray Wyatt was playing with Randy Orton was tremendous in this match, honestly. So I really enjoyed the mind games being played on Randy Orton by Bray Wyatt. And then Bray Wyatt set up for Sister Abigail, was waiting for Orton to get up, and then Orton hit an RKO out of nowhere and wins the match out of nowhere. Literally, the finish really just kind of happened in the blink of an eye. And the match was just really short and just it didn't really accomplish anything. It's just a decent match, nothing more to it. Hopefully their House of Horrors match they have probably at Backlash is a lot better because this was just nothing significant. Orton's WWE Champion, which I like because I didn't like Bray Wyatt as WWE Champion to begin with. So I'm not complaining about Orton being champion, but the match itself is just a waste of time if you ask me. So what can you do? And from there I'm going to go to the Universal Championship match, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. This match was exactly what it needed to be. Brock Lesnar from the gate is throwing some suplexes at Goldberg. After one of the suplexes, Goldberg just no-sells and spears the fuck out of Brock. Spears Brock again. They go into the outside. Goldberg spears Brock through the barricade. They go back in the ring. Goldberg hits a jackhammer. Brock kicks out somehow. Brock hits 10 German suplexes on Goldberg. Picks him up for an F5. Hits it. 1, 2, 3. Lesnar's the new Universal Champion in about 5 minutes. Exactly what it needed to be. Quick, short, and effective. They went out there and had, honestly, a really good 5-minute match. Like, it was just a finisher fest of them just trying at their finishers, but it worked. I enjoyed the match. I thought it was really good for what it was. And, it was better than the other matches for sure. Better than the 20 match, better than the Survivor Series match. Their best match by far. So, Lesnar and Goldberg, like I said, it was exactly what it needed to be. Nothing less, nothing more. Lesnar's the Universal Champion. That's all needs to be said. So, yeah, enjoyed Lesnar and Goldberg. It was, like I said, exactly what it needed to be. From there, I'm going to go to the 6-pack challenge for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James versus Becky Lynch versus Carmella versus Natalya versus Naomi. They went out there and worked hard, but there is some botches and there's some hiccups and miscommunications. So the match wasn't all that good. And it's just short. It was about 5 minutes. From what I understand, the Triple H and Rollins match went way over time, which is why the Orton Wyatt match and this match were so short. But yeah, nothing very eventful. Naomi wins the title back when she submits Alexa Bliss. So Naomi is now a two-time SmackDown Women's Champion, pretty much continuing the reign that should have never really ended, honestly. Considering that the whole ordeal was that she couldn't defend at WrestleMania, yet she was able to compete at WrestleMania. So the whole storyline where they stripped her and everything was just really, really stupid, if you ask me. But what can you do? But yeah, decent match. Like I said, they just gonna need time and just nothing eventful happened in it. So is what it is. And then we have New Day come out once again for the very last time of the night, which was pretty much them announcing the attendance record for WrestleMania this year. 75,000. That's all I know. I don't know the rest of the numbers, but it was 75,000 people. And the power went off, and then we go to our main event, which is The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns, which was announced as a no-holds-barred match all of a sudden because it's supposed to be a regular match, but now all of a sudden they wanted to pull an Austin Rock from 17 and announced it as a no-holds-barred match out of nowhere. So that was really out of left field. As far as the match itself goes, it was good. I thought Taker and Reigns was good. From what I heard from people, Taker looked really rough in terms of him just trying to work the match. From where I was sitting, he looked good. The match started off good. I like where it's going. It was kind of back and forth. Taker was looking dominant. Reigns was looking dominant as well. And then, steel chair got involved. I believe there's a table spot. I forgot who went through it, but there's a table spot. There was almost a table spot. This goes to show how much I was really paying attention to the match, honestly. I just know a steel chair is introduced. Taker was beating the shit out of Reigns with it. Hits a tombstone on Reigns. Reigns kicked out. Reigns tried to hit a tombstone on Taker, but miserably failed it and botched it and fucked it up. Beat down Taker with a chair for a while. Was in some Superman punches. And hit 4 spears on the Undertaker. Hit 1, 2, and 3, and Taker was still fighting back. He tried to do the sit-up, but Taker fell over in the sit-up. And then Reigns goes hit his 4th spear. I don't know what the fuck happens. I thought Taker originally caught Reigns for a chokeslam, but I guess they ran into each other, so they played it off. That Reigns hit a Superman punch on him. It was fucking stupid. And then Reigns hits the 4th and final spear on the Undertaker for the 1, 2, 3. So Roman Reigns defeats the Undertaker in the main event of WrestleMania with Jim Ross calling it on commentary. And people were pissed. I was pissed. And, Roman Reigns closes WrestleMania. Well, he doesn't close it, but he wins the main event of WrestleMania. Main event's the 3rd in a row, even though he shouldn't have been the main event this year, but it is what it is. And then, of course, you have the Undertaker send-off. Undertaker's in the ring, looks around, the crowd's chanting, "Thank you, Taker." And all of a sudden he's dressed again, just to take it back off. Undertaker slowly removes his gloves, his jacket, and his hat, makes a pile in the ring, leaves the ring, and goes down on the stage. Of course, because, that big-ass ramp, he wasn't walked down the entire thing, so they had him go halfway, and, of course, he sunk down, just like this. And with his gear in the ring still. So that's the last of The Undertaker, ladies and gentlemen. The Undertaker, he's done. That was his last match. Main event of WrestleMania with Jim Ross calling your match. Doesn't get any bigger than that, honestly. I know people are pissed that Reigns won. I was pissed that Reigns won. I was really, really pissed Reigns won not because Reigns won, but to me, Undertaker should never lost WrestleMania again after Lesnar, because now he's 23-2. Now Lesnar can't be the only guy that claims he beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania. Now Reigns can claim that. Like, I know they're gonna use that for storyline, but to me, Brock has been the only person to ever beat Undertaker at WrestleMania. So the fact that now there's 2 people, to me, is really, really stupid. So what can you do? And I understand, that you want to put someone over as some guys going out, but I still feel like Undertaker should have won that match. To claim that it's still his yard, but even though it's his yard, it's time for him to go. So, like I said, him and Reigns, good match. Started off good, but Reigns beating down Taker for the last half of the match to me wasn't. It was just making the loss for Taker even worse in terms of, feeling it. My heart couldn't take it anymore. So, didn't like the ending, but it was a phenomenal farewell for the Undertaker. So, thank you, Undertaker. He's been here for 27 years in WWE, and arguably the most iconic figure in wrestling in terms of character-wise. And it's going to be pretty shitty to have WrestleMania without the Undertaker going forward. You know, WrestleMania 34 is probably going to be the first WrestleMania without an Undertaker match. That, you know, retired Undertaker-wise. I know there's been WrestleManias without him, but a retired Undertaker WrestleMania is going to be a pretty hard pill to swallow, and it's going to be a drastic change because without Undertaker, how big is WrestleMania? You know, he was a big portion of WrestleMania for years, and without him, it's going to be interesting to see how big WrestleMania can be without Undertaker. So, yeah, that'll do it for my WrestleMania 33 live review. Like I said, that was a great show. I had a fantastic time. I thought it was an awesome show. A lot of great moments, a lot of great memories. Drunk Critical Fan, it was a highlight. Just a lot of great matches as well. Like I said, you know, the last four matches kind of declined the show a little bit, but I'm not gonna let those four matches, you know, determine how the entire show went. I thought everything else prior to that was still really good to great. So, great WrestleMania. I can't wait to rewatch it back on Blu-ray once it comes out. I know it's in the network, but I want to wait till it's on Blu-ray to watch that full 1080p on WrestleMania. So, very, very excited to do that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, leave a like below. Leave your guys comments about WrestleMania if you guys would like. And as always, I'll see you guys next video. Thank you guys for watching the video.